This Mountain Yard is brought to you by the new Racing.com app. Now with national form, racing form for every state, every day. Download wherever you get your apps.
Race 6 is the Hayasugi Forever a Shining Diamond 1200 metre benchmark 64 for fillies and mares, 3-year-old and up. Let's start the Mounting Yard with horse number 2, Ideal Girl for the cross yard. Jared Fry in the saddle from an inside draw winner, 2 back at Hamilton.
Yeah, good win at 2 back at Hamilton. And the last time out at Stall was just going far too hard. Led by about 8 lengths above the benchmark to the 600. Back in class here and better ridden will be helpful, but the only 2 wins since coming to Victoria have been in easier than this.
She looks really well. Brady's more than done his job. He saddles up a horse here in good, fit, healthy order. She's free in her action. Her coat's nice and glowing here, so there's no reason why she shouldn't be running well.
Horse 3 is Takiko for Graham Begg and Geordie Childs from barrier 10. Went to Moonee Valley in a 70 last start, finished 4th.
Yeah, racing well and probably stronger than some of the races that a few of these have been facing. And it copped a good one, 2 back at Caulfield when running second to My Temptation. Then last time out was held up a touch in a better race than this. I think it's very well placed here for the Begg yard. Draws a little bit awkwardly off the track, but is racing very, very well.
She looks absolutely spot on. I don't think she could saddle up in any better order than what she is today. She's rock hard fit, really good tone over her midsection. Her coat's beautiful.
4's Miss Winslet, who Will Larkin gave a pretty decent push for a little earlier in the day.
Yeah, really nice horse at its best. And at the back end of last prep, looked to be racing very well before having cardiac arrhythmia at Mornington. That was here. It looked very well placed that day and was gone early. Spelled since. The 2 jump outs have both been nice enough thirds without doing too much work. Now, the first up win last prep did come in a benchmark 58 when pretty well placed. So I suggest this is much stronger than the first up runs she's faced previously.
It's a very healthy return from her. Her coat's magnificent here. I do feel like she's just got a little bit of natural tightening up to do as she gets deeper into her preparation, but a bold showing here wouldn't surprise at all.
Royal Invader is first up since the 21st of August, ran 3rd on that occasion at Sandown. That was over 1,500 metres.
Blinkers come off for this as well. Jayla Kennedy claims 2 from a good gate. 2 solid jump outs, down in class on the racing last prep. Did get over a little bit further than Faces here. Was placed at 1,000 metres at benchmark 64, first up last prep. So he's not hopeless first up, but with the blinkers off and likely getting over further, you might just be prepared to risk.
Yeah, I think the blinkers are saved for when she just tightens up a little bit more. It's a good, healthy return from her. She's quite a heavy sort of mare, just carries that little bit of weight around her midsection. So I'd expect her to benefit from the run, but she's turned out here in lovely, healthy order. Looks to be in for a good prep.
6 is Tessatori, who's put together a couple of consecutive wins at Doomben over 1,350 metres. Hasn't been seen at the races since August last year.
Yeah, interesting one for the Maryard, who head across here with the new stable. The 2 jump outs this time in showed speed here at the latest, but not ridden out, running 4th of 8. The good Queensland wins, they were good Queensland wins, at the back end of last prep without really rating overly highly. Interestingly, kicked off over 800 metres last prep, so they must have thought it a pretty fast horse at the start of last prep. This is over a bit further. I'm happy to risk this today, but keeping a very keen eye on first time in the state.
She's a big, strong girl, this. There's plenty of her, and her coat's magnificent. She's got dapples over it. I think she's in good, healthy order. I think she's definitely one to watch going forward.
What about horse 7, Judge Kelly, for Patrick and Michelle Payne, and a very much in form Logan Bates?
Yeah, well, stable in form, jockey in form. And the good thing about Logan coming here, he still gets the 3 kilos off at Mornington, this being a metro meeting. So this horse was in the worst part of the track, I think, and you can forget last start at Stall, but that was in a benchmark 58 that looks a lot easier than this. The run prior, whilst in benchmark 58 level, did push Superset, who's a more than capable type as well. But Judge Kelly is a consistent type, doesn't win out a turn, just the 2 from 20, and maybe suited in a touch easier than this. This is pretty strong at the top.
She looks to be a little bit quirky from a mounting yard point of view. Strapper here's done a good job just keeping her nice and calm in the middle. She's just getting a little bit warm, but I'm assuming that that's pretty normal for her given the way that she's been handled. I think that she's in good, fit, healthy order here.
Horse 8 is Regal Secret, who's had the 4 runs in this time in, was last seen at Flemington in a benchmark 70, running 4th.
Yeah, it comes out of a fairly strong race at Flemington, as you touched on. The stable's in form, and you could argue that there was excuses last start when probably over-raced from about 1,400, at the 1,400 metres, and hit the front too early at the top of the straight. Comes back to the 1,200 metres here and looks much better positioned from barrier 1.
She's a nice filly, this, and she's very mature for the amount of racing that she's had. Just her 7th start today. She's extremely well behaved. She knows her job well. She's a good, tall, scopy type. She's in outstanding order all over.
9 is Zadar Sunset, a last start winner at Yarra Valley in 58 company.
Yeah, consistent, and it was a winner last start, as you touched on. But that was Fillies and Mares benchmark 58, and had a soft run behind the speed that day. So looked well placed there. It was a $1.90 favourite, so was expected to win that. But I think this is much harder.
She was really good while she was in the yard and has just gone out early with Fred Kersley on board just to keep her nice and calm. I think that she's been presented here in good, healthy order. She should be running up to expectation in what's a pretty tough sort of a race.
The last to have a look at in terms of racebook order, horse 10 is Fine Rebel for John Maloney and Damien Lane.
Doesn't win out of turn, just a 2 from 25, and got back and worked home fairly when first up last time out here at Mornington on the 1st of January. Long time since we've seen the best from this horse is my concern, and the fact that it tends, or the best ratings have come sort of at the mile, suggests that it's going to be needing this run and probably start to show us something on race day again before we get involved.
Well, her coat's absolutely magnificent, which is obviously a really good sign of a horse's inner health. I think that physically she might just take another run to reach peak fitness and probably appreciate getting up over a little bit further deeper into her prep, but she's in really good healthy order, and I think as soon as she tightens up just that little bit more, you'd see her racing very well.
So from 10 the bottom weight to 1 the top weight, Araletta for Peter Moody and Kat Coleman, who's unbeaten this preparation.
Yeah, very good winner and easier last start. It was off the back of a maiden win first up, went to 58 grade here and beat Ken Tartan. Launched well down the outside late. Drawn 8 may need similar again, but the claim does help offset the big weight.
She's absolutely in love with the lead pony, I can tell you that. She's got a lovely doughy look on her face the minute that she paired up with him. She's in really good order. Her coat's lovely. She's obviously racing in really good heart. She's full of confidence. There's no reason why she wouldn't be running well here again.
Okay, Sam, that is the mounting yard for race number 6 here, the Hayasugi Forever Shining Diamond, 1,200 metres, fillies and mares. Who wins it?
I think it's a very good race and very even. You could probably make a case for 6 or 7 of them, and I wouldn't put you off. But for me, Regal Secret goes on top from the good draw back to the 1,200 metres after over-racing and hitting the front too early. Last time out over 14. Takiko looks to be in form and down in class as well. Royal Invader, I expect to improve off his first up run, but you can't knock it on class. Brings good class from last prep. And Araletta, well, shooting for 3 in a row. Was very good here last time. Steps up but gets a claim to offset the big weight.
I'm seeing it being a nice day for Graham Begg's stable here. I've got Takiko on top. I thought she looked absolutely outstanding in the yard. She's very fit. Her coat's beautiful and healthy. She's been racing in good form, and I could see her running extremely well here. It's a funny yard to assess. There's a number of mares here that are presented in great order. They're incredibly healthy in the coat. They just don't quite have the fitness advantage that Takiko's got, which I think is going to hold her in really good stead here.
Have come for here, and our new favourite at $4, I should say, Miss Winslet. Regal Secret is your next line of betting. Also being supported. Takiko ever so slightly soft throughout the parade at $5.50. Araletta at $6. So it's a wide open affair here. The punters aren't 100% sure, but they have gravitated towards Miss Winslet late in the piece. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on your screen or visit the website.
Myself up a bit.
Thanks for your time as always. We've got Regal Secret here for the Regal Bloodstock Syndicate, who are great supporters of your stable.
Yeah, and having a bit of luck with them too, so hopefully that continues with her, and she's come to the races in really good order. She's stepping down in trip, but she's had the 3 weeks between runs, and she's training really well, and expect a really forward showing.
She's a gorgeous type of filly, plenty of substance, and I noted she was really mature in the way that she handles herself on race day.
Yeah, she's quite mature. I still think there's a bit of developing to do. She's going to improve next time in as well, but for now she's looking a treat and she's rock hard fit, so she'll go forward today and most likely box seat, and hopefully she gets the luck at the right time.
You must have been happy when you get the barrier draw. You've got a filly in a nice sort of race, got a good jockey on board in Daniel Stackhouse that rides exceptionally well for your team, and you draw that nice low gate. It uncomplicates a lot of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of bad luck out of it, and Stacky riding a lot of our horses' track work definitely helps knowing the horses.
Good luck here.
Thanks, Amy.
Good to hear from Tommy Stokes, who is deputising for the old man Philip. Good to see Tommy over in Victoria. 2.5 minutes until the scheduled start time of race number 6. Just for those punters, Sammy, who might have chimed in a bit late to this second leg of the quaddie. What were your thoughts?
I'm hoping that Amy's good luck charm. Amy's the good luck charm with the interviews, because I've got Regal Secret for the Stokes yard on top. I do think that horse has got a nice little map advantage. I'm a big fan of Miss Winslet, but I'm a little bit concerned. I wouldn't be keen to back it as favourite here. I know it's probably even money to a few of them, but yes, potentially reads as though has good first up form, but those better first up runs have come in easier than this, and she does look to improve as she gets over ground at this stage of her career. So I'm happy to risk her a touch, but she is very talented, particularly as she gets a few runs under the belt. So beyond that, looking forward to seeing a couple of these horses, particularly Tessatori. I know it's not in my numbers, but we saw two good wins. Yeah, we saw those two good wins at the back end of last prep in Brisbane, and look, really interested to see the Maryard bringing some horses down here, and no doubt there'll be a few gems amongst them.
Well said. 90 seconds or so until the scheduled start time of race number 6. Horses are still making their way around to the gates. What about the track thus far? Sam, it's been pretty good, I think, and the jockeys seem to be pretty happy with the way the surface is played. Yeah,
to be fair, I think the track has played quite fair. It just looks relatively tempo and talent related across the day. We've seen horses able to make ground, which has been good. And yeah, I don't think there's been any real concerns with the track. Time suggests that it's definitely on the sort of better side of the good 4, but as far as the rest of it goes, the club's done a great job considering how much racing this track has taken. They've produced a really fair one with the rail out on Sunday, and it looks like they've done that again here.
And it seems the Sandown surface as well is in magnificent condition. Jason Kerr floating around here at Mornington a little bit earlier this afternoon and sharing that the deck's just like a bowling green just about. So looking forward to racing kicking off back there on the weekend and then next Wednesday as well. Let's head to Matty Hill for matters closer to hand. This is race 6 at Mornington.
Yes, and Tim, of course, this is the Heya Sugi Forever a Shining Diamond benchmark 64 as we pay tribute to a terrific filly who we sadly lost. Of course, was a rare triple winner of the Preview, Prelude and then the Blue Diamond. And the perpetual trophy of the Blue Diamond here at the track today. But Heya Sugi giving us plenty of thrills over the previous festival of racing. This race paying tribute to her, and it's a very open race again here with Regal Secret just favourite Paramutual at 4:30. Coming back from that run behind Zarpo, plenty of form around Zarpo, and Regal Secret's run 2 starts ago is in a pretty strong race there on Ballarat Cup Day. Now they're making a decent line of it. Araletta goes in. Roletta's been rock solid at that $6 quote with bookmakers. So Kiko taking another turn. Miss Winslet, who's trailed up well. Tessatori goes in. So they're just about right for the Heya Sugi Forever a Shining Diamond benchmark 64. As Miss Winslet comes along. And Kiko is going to be the last. Field of 10. Kiko in. Set to run. Ready. Holds them momentarily. They're away. Ideal Girl towards the inside. Beat them out with also Regal Secret. They 4 John. Sadar Sunset got to 3rd. Kiko from the deep is also sweeping over. Royal Invader got to 5th from Tessatori, Araletta, and then Miss Winslet. Well back in the field then is Fine Rebel. And at the tail of the field off the back section is Judge Kelly. So the leader Ideal Girl at the 800 metres led by a length to Kiko. Regal Secret 3rd. They were followed by Sadar Sunset 4th. Royal Invader 5th the inside from Araletta, Tessatori. 2 lengths Miss Winslet, and then came Fine Rebel and Judge Kelly at the end. Ideal Girl, 500 metres to go, looks for a little bit of a breather from Kiko. Araletta sliding up even further 3 wide. Regal Secret behind them needing luck from Zadar Sunset. Then came Royal Invader as they run the corner. Around the outside, Fine Rebel trying to get interested, and then came Judge Kelly. It's Ideal Girl shown the whip at the 200 metres. Kiko's there. There's a run for right up along the inside. Regal Secret, 100 to go. Regal Secret accelerates with Kiko, then Araletta. Regal Secret in front of Kiko. Regal Secret a neck to Kiko, and Regal Secret beat Kiko. 3rd Araletta from Sadar Sunset, followed by Fine Rebel. Then came Tessatori, Miss Winslet. Next across Royal Invader, Judge Kelly and Ideal Girl. Regal Secret, Dan Stackhouse at 360 and 130. Blew the whistle, Stacky. Got right up on the fence and has staved off Kiko, who's racing so consistently well. Roletta in 3rd money Also racing well for the Moody Coleman Yard, and we stand by for fourth. Regal Secret coming back from that Zappo form. Had the right run behind them, just needed a little bit of luck, and the leaders left the fence. And Dan Stackhouse had no hesitation to drive this Nakoni filly through. Trained by Philip Stokes, Regal Secret first, number 8. Defeats Takiko second, number 3. Geordie Charles Graham Begg. Roletta for third, number 1. Emily Posman for Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman. We wait on that fourth number along with the time. Prominent Sadar Sunset over on the inside, number 9. 8, 3, 1 and 9. 8, 3, 1 and 9. They've clocked 1:10.92, which is half a second outside of the class record. And the numbers are 8, 3, 1 and 9 to race number 6 at Mornington. 8, 3, 1 and 9. It's coming out of some strong form races, Regal Secret, and today she clocks her second win at start number 7, and fair to say a deserved victory there. And barrier 1 making all of the difference there, and got the run at the right time, but she was also good enough to use it and accelerate through up on the inside. Short neck by a length and a quarter. 8, 3, 1 and 9 to race number 6. I'm sure Tommy Stokes will be very happy to talk to Tim post-race. As well, favourite wins there, Timmy.
Yeah, sure does, Matty. Tommy, congratulations. I think that probably panned out exactly what you would have hoped for.
Yeah, Stacky summed it up really well. That's where he thought he would be in running, and dealt well, got the gap at the right time, and we had a fit horse that was in really good order.
Were there a couple of nervous moments as to if or when the gap might open for him?
Oh, for sure, but Stacky was patient and got the job done, and just want to thank Regal Bloodstock and the team, Mark Burkhart, the very loyal owners of ours, and having a good run at the moment, so wrap for them.
Putting together a decent enough record, this filly, isn't she?
She is, and she's been a victim of a little bit of bad luck in a couple of runs this prep too. She ran at Ballarat in a quite an expensive race, and she was a bit stiff that day not to win, so it's good to finally get that another win on the board, and we'll probably just try to place her the best we can. It'd be good if we could, run her in town on a Saturday and chase good prize money.
We've seen her stretched out to the 1,400 metres. Is she best at 1,200, do you think?
I think at this stage, Tim, maybe next prep after, she'd get over a little bit further, but 12's that sweet spot at the moment.
Will a Saturday in town be next for her, Tommy?
I'd say so. We'll speak to Nick, Shay and my old man, and discuss it over the next few days, but that should be the logical next step up.
Well done.
Thanks, Tim.
Tommy Stokes there, spending a month over here at the Stokes family Pakenham operation. Of course, Tommy heads up the Morphettville arm of the Philip Stokes team, training over there and doing a wonderful job with a relatively small team comparatively to the Pakenham operation. But the stable's absolutely flying, and they've unlocked the key to Regal Secret, who is putting together a pretty good CV now. That's her second win for the preparation, as Tommy alluded to. 1,200 metres was the recipe at Geelong, and it's done the job again today. Dan Stackhouse joins us after winning aboard the filly. Stacky, is 1,200 metres the key to her?
Yeah, we think so. We had a go at 1,400. Obviously, Ballarat never worked out when they went slow, and she never had a really good chance to sort of get into the race. Obviously, that big prize money, you sort of got to have a crack at them. And then Flemington, she travelled in like the winner, and then she just peaked on her run, giving us indication that she doesn't run 1,400. So great training performance by Phil and the team to bring her back to 12. She stepped good. I really wanted to lead, but I just did the form, and I knew Jake's horse had a lot of toe, so I was happy to let him go. And lucky we got the brakes at the right time up the fence.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many horses sneak up the fence today. They can do it at Mornington often, can't they? But were there a couple of nervous moments, or were we always happy they were going to fan off?
Look, I was happy the way she was travelling. She felt super in the run. I was just working it out because Geordie didn't really go on with it, if I could put him under pressure. But just worked out all right that Jake come off enough. It wasn't much of a run there for her, but she stuck her head in there and she did all the work. So it was a good win. It's nice to get it back on the board.
Hey, you love these colours, don't they? It's like putting on a suit of armour.
Yeah, I've had a good run in these colours and read a lot of winners for them. So it's great for the industry, getting a lot of young owners into it and with these syndicates.
Well said. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you. Cheers.
Was a good win, and Regal Secret taking that gap late too. That wasn't a huge one. Now, it did begin well. Ideal Girl rolled along up on speed. Daniel Stackhouse probably knew that horse was going to be coming back in his lap a touch. Takiko, Jordan Childs fired across and got to the right position outside the leader. Well, I get the feeling that had that run not opened up, it might have been a little bit of a hard luck story for the eventual winner. Beyond that, I thought Araleta was good. Amy just came off their back but wasn't quite up to the first couple across the line.
Yeah, I think all credit with the winner there. She did a fantastic job. Looks a really nice progressive filly. Lovely ride by Dan. It always helps when you draw a low draw, but in saying that, sometimes it can be your worst enemy, like we nearly saw on the turn. He was sweating on a run. He was nice and patient. Kiko was really brave. She did a great job. Geordie Childs did the best he could. Barrier 10, showed good intent early, banged her out, crossed. But I think just that tough run probably told a little bit late.
Yeah, they're both very well deserved and look like they got better racing than this in them. And Araleta continues that good form as well. That's 6 races down at Mornington on racing.com. Don't go anywhere because after the break, we've got the last 2 on the program.
Can't stop or go slow, so don't ask me to. It feels so good, I said it feels so right, it feels so good. Dream big, the sky's the limit, feels so good, I said it feels so right, it feels so good. Dream big, the sky's the limit. Dream big, the sky's the limit. 100 hours built for this. To push through the pain, it runs through my veins.